This right here is Clara. She's a big girl. She's a Dane, and had a little bit of a nervousness issue when we first started, and we are now doing a lesson to get used to public places and making sure that everybody knows how to handle in these public places, so that she can learn to be around people, because socialization is about exposure, but good exposure, you know, making sure that the situations go well. So we've been to 2 places already, and now it's Heather's turn. So whenever you're ready, we always start by making sure that the dog is calm before we start anything. If we need to stop outside the door, if we need to wait in the car for a minute, just make sure that they're nice and calm before we get going, because energy management is the key here. So, oh boy. So again, the idea is ask very little of the dog. We don't want to make it too terribly difficult for her. All we're doing is just using our calm energy and our steady hand to give her the ability to see these things. We just keep her in a general good walking position, and then she will be fine. Hello. That's good. I saw that, you know, you kept a short leash, and so whenever her head moved, and that's okay to keep her head with you as well. I mean, like, so if she's getting to the point that she's just getting her nose in everything, we just go ahead and bring her head back and make sure that she pays attention. We can also use our movement to do that as well. Good girl. We're hoping that we get to see some dogs, because she gets a little stirred up with some dogs every once in a while. So give her a chance to do that right, or at least be able to communicate what's right and what's wrong. How are you feeling?
Fine. Yeah, we're used to those.
Okay, well that's good. And if you have a situation where there's a place that you're more used to, that you know that she behaves pretty regularly, and even that you're not going to necessarily see the dogs as often, then if that gives you the opportunity to stay calm yourself, then use that. You know, use that to your advantage. Because when it comes to socialization, it's all about lots of time, and, you know, time under the table, you know, time in the situation that's going well. So the more repetitions that go well, so even if you take it slower and don't expose her to as much as quickly, then you end up doing better work and getting more progress on that situation. I'm sure I look like a weirdo just like following you around with the camera. It almost looks like you're like walking fast to get away. Like, who's this weird guy? He just must really like Great Danes. Sit. Good girl. Yeah, look at that smile. Yeah, look at that smile. She's a good girl. Yeah.
Alright. Whoa. Lean.
The leaning thing in general, I don't care for it too much, but it's like not a huge big issue. In a place like this, I would much rather her be leaning up against me and sticking really close to me if that's what she needs to stay comfortable, and not fighting that battle right away, you know. And then later on, when she gets better at these things, first of all, she'll probably stop doing it anyway, because she'll be more interested in sniffing things because she's comfortable. So let's go.
come back here and just sit and let people just
It's fantastic. That's definitely a thing that I would do, is just get an opportunity to let as many people pass you by.
Yeah.
So I do it up. I a lot of times will do it. I'll pull down one of the aisles right by the register, and then just more people come up. Nope.
Nope. Sit.
As many people can come by the register as possible, and that's just one more exposure, because 80% of them will ignore, and then the 20% will be like, "Whee," you know. But you're still, so you have the ability to respond to it in the most appropriate way that you can. So cool. Good girl. So making sure to always tell her as much as possible, even if it's just a marker, that, you know, what you did was right. You know, somebody walks by and she's just curious, and not, you know, marking those moments and saying that this is the right answer. Even if it's redundant, it's still, you know, it's still a good thing. Actually, I'm gonna see. Excuse me, sir. Would you have a problem? Would you have a problem rolling past her? We're doing training. No, it's a good deal. Yeah.
Normal?
That's good. Good girl. Good girl. I appreciate it, sir. Yeah.
It's only good if you test it twice.
Absolutely.
Maintain that stability.
No, I appreciate your help on this, because sometimes I do work with therapy dogs, and you have to get them associated with different pieces of equipment, and some dogs have real reaction to it.
I know.
You know,
Yeah, some
I'm
dogs
sure
do.
you do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you do. What's your name, sir?
I'm Casey.
Luke. Nice to meet you.
man.
Yeah. So we're just trying to help her out.
Beautiful girl.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's a nice girl.
See you guys.
You have a good one. So, cool. That was fun. So yeah, I mean, like, this looks pretty great. I'm pretty happy with it, and we'll probably cut the video off, but unless we need something else.